Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Really horrific event on Saturday in Buffalo, New York. An 18-year-old white kid carried out apparently some kind of racist attack at a supermarket. Killed 10, injured 3 others. It's just horrific. Almost all of the victims were, 9 out of the 11. Or 11 out of the 13, I think it was. 11 were black, 2 were white. The suspect live streamed the mass shooting on Twitchy. And Twitchy says they took it off 2 minutes after he started. So I guess they did what they could. Suspect has been charged with first-degree murder, of course. If convicted, he'd face a maximum sentence of life without parole. Apparently, there's no death penalty in New York, even for something this heinous. And, you know, aside from the real tragedy of killing 10 people and injuring 3 others, you've got the progressives who got everything they wanted here. Everything they wanted. A shooting, a mass shooting, and a racist mass shooting with a white person. Now, the New York subway shooting with the black guy shooting the white people, that didn't count apparently. That's not an issue. Even though that was obviously racist as well, and he hated white people, wanted to eliminate white people, yeah, we don't talk about that. But this, get ready for the avalanche after this shooting, because it's going to be spectacular, I'm sure. This to them will be evidence of everything they've been talking about. White supremacists, the most dangerous terrorists in this country. And so we're gonna get a real dose of that today, and all this week and all next week. Buffalo police have not yet released the names of the victims. Loved ones have been sharing details about those who were killed, though, in the shooting at a supermarket. Just really, really sad.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they publish his entire manifesto, which, it leans left. Let's put it that way. He is no conservative, no right-winger, this Buffalo killer.
How often do we see that?
Yeah. But that doesn't stop people like S.E. Cupp from tweeting out, this toxic garbage being pushed by MAGA, Q, Fox, and even many GOP members of Congress has real consequences. But these are the same people who will insist right-wing extremism isn't a threat to our national security. It isn't even real, they say. It was very real in Buffalo today. My goodness.
No.
Reporting immediately after it happened.
A white guy? Yes. A racist? Yes. But right-wing? No. No, he's not.
And don't forget about the...
what happened to S.E. Cupp, by the way?
Oh, yeah. She's gone.
What happened to her?
Goodbye.
My gosh. Wow, that's bizarre.
And if you recall, what was it? November of last year? How quickly we forget the Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, there's another one.
Mm-hmm. A black man running through a crowd of white people.
Which we don't talk about at all.
Doesn't fit the narrative.
No.
So pray for the families in Buffalo. It's so tragic. And, and the images and the video out of that are just absolutely horrific. Do not go looking for it. I beg of you.
Well, they said it was like walking into a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not something I want to do. I don't want to walk into a horror movie in real life. All right. 888-900-3393. But, where do you go with that? I mean, it's the same old thing. It's, psychotic people doing psychotic things. In a nation of 330 million, sometimes you're going to have somebody who loses their noodle and goes off like this. I hate it, but I don't know how we stop it. I don't know. It's going to take a better mind than mine to figure that out. It certainly isn't the gun's fault, but something has to be done about mental illness. Treatment for people? But how do you force them into treatment? This kid's only 18 years old. You look at his manifesto and say, yeah, boy, this guy's got some screws loose. we better commit him. Do you go to his parents and talk to him? What do you do? It's really tough. It's really hard. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We do have a brand new bingo card today, pinned to the top of Pat Gray Unleashed. If you get bingo this week, you just be the first to call. 888-900-3393. And you'll get $30 worth of merchandise from PatGrayShop.com.
You got it!
Did I get it?
I am so proud of you, Pat Gray!
I just took a stab at the dark.
Wow! This is going to be a rough stretch for you, I fear, because aren't you filling in for Stu over there all week?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to start messing up the numbers.
Probably.
Phone numbers are
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be,
probably true.
So just, you don't forget, it's on the wall right there.
Yeah, right.
I'm just trying to help you out preemptively here.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
So, yeah, we got a Pat Gray bingo, Pat Unleashed on Twitter if you want to play along here.
And it starts with Pat on megaphone.
Wait.
Just usually something like,
Al Sharpton?
what is that? The Al Sharpton thing.
Chipotle?
No, not the Chipotle.
Chipotle.
No, it was the...
Traffic email
yes.
sent. Why
was traffic email sent?
There we go.
Yeah.
See?
It's been a tough day so far
It
already.
sure has. My goodness.
We had many problems to overcome here this morning to bring the show to you.
It has been. I will break something.
It's amazing how much you depend on the internet, and when it's gone or you can't get on it, it really throws you.
And when I break something today, I'm not going to apologize for it.
Okay.
Because I'm in that kind of mood. I can't print, Pat.
I know. All right, we got the GWB, the guest George W. Bush laugh.
Yeah.
In other words, they don't practice their love with women across the country. OBGYNs start practicing their love with women around the country. Then he'd do that sort of laugh. Then we have this.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Okay.
No.
Inconceivable. Jeffy, athletically overweight. Any Pat Geod.
Pat, great GS. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Geods?
Yeah, hold on.
Really?
15. Yeah, at least,
15?
Yeah, 14. 14. Yeah, here we go.
14 Pat Gray Geods. That's too many. We need to narrow that down a little bit.
15, 16. I can't count.
All right. Keith Keith says.
This is Inside Baseball.
And you got the duck. Agonizing, which has got to be like a free square. The laughing donkey.
Oh, hey, buddy.
I think that's really amazing because I don't think I've ever seen something like that before.
Yeah.
An animal that's clearly laughing hysterically.
And he was laughing because the dog had just...
He thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, what did the dog do? Did he run into the fence or
Yeah,
something?
he ran into the fence, hurt himself somehow, and the donkey loved it. He thought it was great. And we got heartbreak of psoriasis.
Oh, no.
It's something you don't ever want to encounter.
No.
Oh, wow. We haven't played this in a long time.
Well, you know what? I've seen your hernia.
Jeffy excuses something shady.
Not my Jeffy.
Right. 6'8".
Got to get Glenn in
Usually
here for
6'8"
that
months ago. 6'8" weeks. $6'8. I don't know. Keith.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm. And then this I love.
People.
It's people.
Silent greed is made out of people. Silent greed is people!
Talk down to us a little more. Starts the next line. The ever-popular crickets. The Putin price hike.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we got something there, actually.
Ribbit from the Big Frog 1099. The only station beyond the bandwidth of your FM digital dial. Jeffy, so... Then we explain a sports analogy for Glenn's benefit. Keith mentions...
the Connells.
The Connells.
All right. Nice.
This person with...
Twice vaccinated. That's my gang sign.
Wonder how she's doing. That lovely flower.
I don't know, but I read an amazing opinion piece. Actually, it was a study this guy did. It's Steve Kirsch. You know who Steve Kirsch is?
I think so.
Okay. He's a brainiac. He's a scientist. And he did a really fascinating study about, what do they call it? All-cause mortality. Okay? So comparing what happened right before people got their vaccination, and then what happened right after on the all-cause mortality, the ACM.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I follow you.
And what's the difference between the two? Oh, my.
Nothing?
Oh, my.
Nothing's different.
Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Now, if I mention it, I'm sure we won't get to play this on YouTube. So maybe we'll talk about that on the Overtime Show today, because it's fascinating. It's really interesting.
Do you trust the science?
He doesn't even trust the numbers that came out. He's like, okay, that's too big a number. Let's just divide that by 4, and then that's still a gigantic number.
Oh, boy.
I mean, gigantic.
Okay.
And so he said, we're going to do it again, and we're going to be a little more careful about, some of the controls that we use, and make sure. He said, because even if you divide this by 1,000, okay, you divide this number that we have here by 1,000.
I have not seen this at all.
It's still at a point where you should have stopped the vaccine. Because there's a number at which they say, okay, that's too many deaths.
Yeah.
And we're way beyond that. Way beyond that. All right, let's see. We have that's the working theory. And then finally, the mark of the beast. To round out Pat Gray Bingo this week. Should be fun. I can't wait.
Wait, you're not... That sounds like you're too into it.
No, I'm
to
way
the point
into
of disingenuous.
Really?
Yeah, that's what that's what I'm getting off of.
Huh, that's weird. Huh. All right, 888-1900. 888-900.
Yeah, see, I knew it was coming.
It's already happening. 3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. So I'm driving in this morning, listening to one of the local channels, and it's WBAP. Huh. I guess it's fine for us to say, because whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. They've reached a really cool milestone. 100-year anniversary for BAP. Do you know any other radio station that's been broadcasting with those call letters, with the same ones, for 100 years?
KDKA?
Okay, yes. In Pittsburgh?
Yep.
Yes, definitely. But west of the Mississippi,
no.
That's pretty unusual. And by the way, that's why WBAP is a station that starts with W, and we're west of the Mississippi, usually starts with K. But they've been around so long, they hadn't started that practice yet.
That is cool.
That's how long they've been here.
So cool.
Yeah, isn't that something? So just a legendary radio station. WBAP, it's just been here forever. And it's cool to see them. I've been fortunate enough to work at some legendary radio stations over the years, and they're all gone now, I think. Virtually all of them. B101 in Baltimore, WBSB, where Glenn and I worked in our younger days.
Yeah.
I worked at WJFK in D.C. I'm not sure if that's still there, but B101 in Baltimore, long gone. KCPX in Salt Lake City. There's a legendary set of call letters, and they dropped them. Yeah, we don't need those anymore.
Wow.
So some little teeny radio station, I think, out in the hinterlands in Utah picked them up, started using them, and so now they're gone forever from the Salt Lake radio station. Man. Why would you do that?
I don't know.
So stupid.
That's terrible. I know I grew up listening to WSB, AM 750 in Atlanta.
Also legendary.
It just turned 100 a few months ago. So
did it really?
That's cool. Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Think of that. 1922.
Yeah.
And you've been going the whole time?
Yeah, and
wow.
And their paperwork got because these clear channels, if you will, that are what 10,000 watts, right? At night.
No, 50,000.
50,000 watts at night, and so you
day
can hear
night.
them day and night, right? So I'm saying you can hear them all over the place, right?
Yep.
And that's your clear channel signal, and they just
not the broadcast
company,
group,
right?
The actual,
and that's like in times of war, or whatever. You can always hear a station, and so each region gets one. And the way the story goes in Atlanta, WSB beat out WGST by 1 day on the paperwork getting in. I don't know if the mail was slow, but it seems like I think GST actually turned it in sooner or filled it out sooner, but somehow shenanigans or whatever.
Somehow BSB got there first?
Yeah, WSB got there first, and so now they, of course, are the legendary station in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But, wait, look at that picture. Speaking of radio, this was not planned, by the way. We had no idea that you were going to talk about Dallas and 100 years on the air and all this stuff.
That just kind of worked out.
It just so happened that Rowdy Introvert
I'm the person in the middle there. If you
tweeted
didn't
this
know.
picture out. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Where is this, man?
Billings,
Montana. What year are we talking about? That's a hip mustache.
80?
1980. Rowdy Introvert. And, look, there's you and Glenn.
Yeah.
Is that Baltimore?
That's KC 101 in Hartford, New Haven.
Wow. Go back to that because Rowdy Introvert has made that his avatar or his picture there on Twitter. So there you go. That gray. Everybody had that mustache back then, right? I know my dad did.
That was the mustache to have. 1980.
Yeah. So So
All right,
good for
thank
BAP.
you. It's amazing. It's really amazing to hang on to those call letters and still be up and running after 100 years. It's pretty cool.
Kids these days probably don't even know what FM radio is, much less AM radio. I wonder.
No, right.
I wonder. If
and some of these AM stations, like when I first got into radio at KCAP in Helena, Montana, Super CAP.
Yeah, you discussed this on At the Mic.
That was
episode number 1.
It was music radio then.
Yeah.
And it was still the number 1 station in town, but that was about to change pretty quickly. Once FM kicked in, man, it kicked in fast. And AM was left to think, what are we going to do? Oh, I know what'll save us. AM stereo. No, that didn't save you. No. You know what did save them? Talk radio.
Yeah.
Talk radio saved AM.
If
radio.
not for talk radio, AM radio would have
gone.
died a painful death 40 years ago.
Be gone. Or they'd all be, I don't know, polka stations or something that nobody listens to.
Whoa.
Yeah. Or very few.
Yeah, they're starting to make cars without AM radios in Europe. You know, like that's becoming a thing.
Well, they were starting to do that here.
Really?
Delco, I think, at one point dropped AM radio, and people were pissed. And they're like, "What? Why don't I have an AM radio band?" Oh, okay. We didn't think you wanted one. Yeah, well, I do. So
that's sad.
It is sad.
Yeah,
it is. But they found a niche for it, and here it is, still alive after all these years. All right. You know, we have the greatest audience ever here. Last week, Pathead Fatty McFat tweeted that his family couldn't find baby formula. So Sarah, toothpaste words, responded to that. Sarah said, I wanted to show you guys.
Oh, no, this is from Fatty McFat.
Oh, this is Fatty McFat.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the one underneath is toothpaste words, right?
I don't know. So Fatty McFat says, I wanted to show you guys how much it's so important that we help one another.
This photo is a picture of 5 bottles of formula that fellow Pathead, toothpaste words, Dragon's Wag 4, helped us get. We're here in Georgia. They're in Ohio. Thank you so much. That's really cool. All right, so they got some formula.
Infamil, huh?
And they live in Georgia. Yeah. Somebody in Ohio told them where to get this.
So they connected on Twitter last week.
Nice. Way to go. Very cool.
Came to the rescue there. So thank you so much, Sarah. That's awesome.
Yeah, very cool. You know what isn't very cool? I mean, it's great for the illegal aliens that are sneaking across our border, and they're being rewarded with plenty of baby formula at the detention center.
And if you're a Border Patrol agent and we see you even looking at that stack...
Oh, we'll cut your hand off.
Right off.
We're going Sharia law here. You dare even touch one of them, we'll cut your hand right off. We don't care. We don't care.
Have you seen the map that somebody... Do we have that map of Joe Biden's world? Look at that, Pat. There we go. So last week, U.S. aid. We've got the $40 billion going to Ukraine, the baby formula in Mexico, and then we get crack pipes here in America. That is Joe Biden's world.
All the way up to Alaska.
There you go. Yeah.
That's great.
That's right. Crack pipes.
That's great. So people are going to be smoking crack until their heads explode.
Yeah, but we won't be getting baby formula.
But no baby formula.
Billion.
Thank you very much. That's great. It's really something. I mean, they literally are stocked up at the border detention centers, completely well stocked with baby formula. Now you go to a grocery store here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and you're going to be really hard pressed to find any baby formula unless you get there just as the semi pulls up, and they drop it off, and then you start grabbing cans of baby formula. Don't hoard it though. What do you want to bet? They're going to make hoarding illegal, a felony here soon.
Somebody draw the line for me. What's the difference between
hoarding and preparing?
And just being prepared.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to know.
Stocking up, Yeah. I mean, this is the third worldification of America. Our managed decline is well underway.
When did you ever think you'd see the day? Jeez. And we should have, because we talked about it.
Yeah, we
warned them. Only way for them to bring parity to the planet is because you can't bring all the third world nations up to our level. It's virtually impossible. So what you do is you bring us down to theirs. Then you got parity. And that's what they're doing. That's what they've been doing for decades. And they're good at it. They're really, really good at it. All right, let me tell you about preborn. There couldn't be a more important issue than saving babies. And that's what we are partnering. We at Blaze Media partnering with Preborn and their ministry to help rescue 50,000 babies from abortion this year. Please help us do that. When you let a woman see her baby on ultrasound and hear the heartbeat, she is 80% more likely to choose life for her baby. And so if you can donate $28, that buys one ultrasound. $144, take care of 5 free ultrasounds for expectant mothers. And when the mom chooses life, then Preborn provides maternity and baby clothes, diapers, car seats, counseling, all kinds of things, free of charge for the mother. Preborn has a passion to save unborn babies and see women come to Christ. Over the past 15 years, Preborn centers have counseled over 450,000 women considering abortion. Really amazing. 188,000 babies have been saved. So if you can donate even $1, whatever it is, it's greatly appreciated. To donate, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or preborn.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
It is. And welcome to it. Great to have you with us. Got Jake Tapper slamming the Biden administration. Jake has found himself again, I think, at least occasionally.
It's amazing. We have 2 clips of Jake on today's show, but yeah, this one was fun for sure.
So he's talking about the baby formula situation and other things.
This is hardly the first time that there's this slow-rolling anticipated disaster happening exactly as forewarned, whether it's the exit from Afghanistan, the border surge. The Biden administration does not want to call this a crisis. You just called it a crisis. It's a crisis, right?
Right.
I mean, I think if you're a parent that can't get formula for your kid, it's a crisis.
Thank you. Thank you, Puddin'. That's a good answer. Huh.
Yeah.
So we got you on record now saying that the Biden administration has created a crisis. Pretty tough to blame this one on Trump.
A member of the squad saying it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tough to blame this on Trump. Tough to blame it on Putin. Who are you going to blame? You're going to blame Joe Biden. And that's where you should put the blame. And they knew about this in October. Right. How is it possible they've done nothing to alleviate it?
A clip over the weekend where a lady said that she blogged about it or something late last summer.
Oh, wow. That there was a coming shortage?
No, why are the shelves empty when I go to get baby formula?
Was it that long ago that this started? Holy cow.
That particular plant in Michigan started in October when the whistleblower came forward.
Wow.
I have no idea what this lady was talking about in August or September.
Did you know they still haven't proven? They still haven't proven that anybody died from the situation in the Michigan plant.
The 2 babies?
They don't even know. That's not even confirmed. They're saying it, but it is not confirmed. I mean, it's so typical of the way these situations go because you start with a rumor like, oh, I think babies are getting sick, and it's probably from that formula. And then all of a sudden, you've got a recall, and the plant shuts down, and now we've got shortages. And we got a real problem on our hands. And they don't even know for sure if that plant should have been shut down. It's incredible.
Okay.
It's just incredible. Also, after not saying one word about the baby formula shortage previously, Biden says he'll finally answer a question on the issue because all of a sudden it's on the front page of every newspaper.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of parents are watching about baby formula. If you have a message to those parents that you can share while they're listening.
Well, 3 questions. I'll answer the baby formula question because all of a sudden it's on the front page of every newspaper. And
pause it for a second.
Way to be a leader, right?
All of a sudden, it's on the front page of every newspaper, and we've only known about it since October. Since October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. That's only 7 months.
Yeah.
We've known about it.
Practically yesterday.
Now, all
October.
of a sudden, people are talking about it in the newspaper.
Guess I'll have to talk about it now. Way to be a leader, Joe.
And by the way, who talks about what's on the front page of any newspaper? When was the last time you read a freaking newspaper?
Jay Leno.
Okay. Yeah, you read about this? You see that in the paper today? How long has Jay been gone? Quite a while now.
Yeah, that's crazy, though, man.
Crazy.
Baby formula.
All right, let's see what else he had to say.
Oh, no.
My question, because all of a sudden it's on the front page of every newspaper, and that's
good.
important that I be responded to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh.
You got to respond
now it's
to
important
it now.
that he responds
I'll
to
talk
it.
about it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this was a winning press conference for this guy, like they all are.
Here's Joe explaining why his administration wasn't better prepared for the shortage.
Here's your answer, Jake Tapper.
Those steps sooner before parents got to these shelves and couldn't find formula?
Sooner steps.
If we'd been better mind readers, I guess we could have. But we moved as quickly as the problem became apparent to us. And we have to move with caution as well as speed.
Okay, got to move with caution.
Caution as well as speed. Huh. All right.
Huh.
Like you couldn't just import some from Europe for the time being? European formula not safe? Probably the same stuff that we serve our babies here. Is that not possible? Could you not say, I mean, we just saw this in Denmark. Mm-hmm. Stores are jam-packed with baby formula. They're not having any problem over there. Why does the United States of America, the world's only superpower, why are we the ones who've got all these shortages all of a sudden?
I think this is
it's madness.
An insanely bad time to be an American under the age of 20. I feel so badly.
Yeah.
Whether it's the babies with the baby formula or the kids who have been going through school with the masks and the gender insanity and the CRT and the worship Gaia or whatever, to the point to where my kids now, I was just thinking about this over the weekend. When I was a teenager in the 90s, I filled up for $10. Filled up my car for $10, man. And now my kids drive cars with similar gas tank sizes, and they're paying over $70. We are destroying the quality of life for children in America right now in every way imaginable, and it's frustrating and it angers me as a parent.
And the gas situation is not sustainable. It's just not. I mean, people can't pay $60 to $100 per fill-up. You can't. And yet that's what we're doing right now. If this lasts, if this is elongated, I don't know how we endure it, frankly.
Yeah, remember last week, this administration said, nah, we're not going to be auctioning off any drill sites in Alaska. We're going to let those drill sites off the coast, the Gulf Coast of Mexico there. We're going to let them go away.
Yep.
It's insanity. We are destroying ourselves intentionally.
But there's more brilliance coming from the commander-in-chief momentarily.
Oh, no, don't call him that. Oh, no.
Pat Gray returns.
I do.
On the Blaze Radio Network.
With some tweets, the Steve42 says, so you're saying Glenn and Pat destroyed a few legendary radio stations, huh?
Oh, there's his takeaway.
Right. That's exactly right. Actually, when we went to B104 in Baltimore, they had just had a situation where the afternoon guy, I think it was was caught in the back of the van, the station van, at an appearance.
Where's this going?
With a very young lady. I don't remember exactly how old she was, but she was not of age. And
bro,
so,
what are you
so
doing?
that really hampered that legendary radio station. So that was, that wasn't all our doing.
So it made the news. It wasn't
sure
just
did.
a station gossip.
Yeah, it did make the news.
Oh, no.
I'm not a cat tweets, I think it's time to call on the baby formula companies to not sell to the government and start selling to grocery stores only so people can have what they need for their kids.
I like it.
Toothpaste words. The difference between stocking up and hoarding is hoarders don't help those in need when they have an overabundance when there's a shortage like this.
Okay. Maybe hold on, but maybe there's a middle ground there. Toothpaste words. What if you help those in need that you like, but you don't help those that you don't like? What does that make you? Just a bad person?
No, you're prepared.
I mean, right? I've got neighbors that I will help out when push comes to shove, and then I got neighbors that I'm like, you never returned
Good luck.
My hedge trimmer. Well, actually, you did me a favor by not returning those. I think I told you not to.
From unrepentant capitalist, America is seeking shortages because not seeking. That would be stupid for us to seek them.
Sure would.
America is seeing shortages because a scared, hungry people are easier to control.
That's the truth.
Oh, for sure. And we got this Joe Biden clip. He was active over the weekend.
He was doing a lot on his schedule, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So here he is with a less than flattering comment about climate czar, John Kerry. He's not exactly the climate czar because climate czar is a woman, but he has some other.
Oh, okay.
It's like an envoy or something,
climate
right?
Climate envoy. Yeah, shame on me.
Yeah, climate envoy.
I mistitled him.
John Kerry.
Yeah.
By the way, I see Secretary Kerry and down there. John, thanks for letting me into your old house. Appreciate it. John has forgotten more about, in my view, the needs we have for climate security than anyone that I know. Thanks, John, for being here. I want to talk about that a little bit.
He's forgotten. I think we know what he was going for, but he blew it.
But he didn't get there.
Bad.
As always, he did not get there. John, the good thing about him is he's forgotten everything he's ever known.
Wow.
Is it time for pudding yet? That's so great.
Is he trying to say he's forgotten more than
most people will ever know? Yes.
Okay.
But of course, he's a
Joe.
moron.
He's a moron.
And he can't get there.
Yeah. Yeah, he sucks.
A tweet from RNC. Biden. That's why I asked President Harris.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Let's see him talking about President Harris.
Okay.
And that's why I asked President Harris to travel to the region last August.
How many times is he going to do this? How many times? He doesn't even know what she is. He can't differentiate between women for some reason. Like Jill's his sister, Kamala's his wife, Kamala's the president, Jill's the vice president.
He did this with the leader of Mexico too.
Yeah,
his
he did.
wife.
Yes.
What is the?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's weird. Well, he's brain dead, so I guess it's not that crazy.
There it is. Yeah.
I guess it's to be expected because the guy just isn't all there. He's just not. And President Harris, for her part, she had some thoughts on climate change.
Oh, did she?
That is especially true when it comes to the climate crisis, which is why we will work together and continue to work together to address these issues, to tackle these challenges
together,
and to work together as we continue to work
together,
operating from the new norms, rules, and agreements that we will convene
together
to work together on to galvanize global action.
Sure.
With that, I thank you all.
You're welcome.
This is a matter of urgent priority for all of us.
It's an urgent priority.
And I know we will work on this together.
How many? Oh.
I think,
agonizing.
You asked the question.
That's agonizing.
I didn't count it then, but the other night when I saw that, I think it was 5 work-togethers and then a bonus work in there. So 6. Play it again, and let's count those work-togethers here.
All right.
That is especially true when it comes to the climate crisis.
Sure.
Which is why we will work together and continue to work together to address these issues, to tackle these challenges, and to work together as we continue to work
Together?
Operating
no,
from
she
the
cut
new
herself that time.
norms, rules, and agreements that we will convene to work together on to galvanize global action.
Okay.
With that, I thank you all.
You're welcome.
This is a matter of urgent priority for all of us.
Urgent priority.
And I know we will work on this together.
Together. 5 times. You got it. Gosh, she's so bad.
As so many have pointed out on the internet, it's like she is a 5th grade paper and you're just padding words.
Yes, you're writing an essay and it has to be 500 words long. Mm-hmm. And so you just write the same thing over and over and over again.
She is so...
That is exactly what she's like.
She's terrible. Honestly, who's worse? Who's worse, Joe Biden or her? Because they have the same mental capacity. But she's younger. Whatever, man.
You know what her problem is? She's trying to sound profound, and she's not. And so she just keeps piling sentences on top of each other to make it sound better than she thought it was in the beginning, and it just doesn't work. Wow, it's bad. Oh. But we're going to work together.
We're going to work together.
To make it better. Together. As we work together on this path that we're walking together, I say we work, together to make it a better situation for working together.
Together. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
You got there.
For the children. Heaven help us. Seriously. We need it.
I did the math. This is Keith's math, so you'll want to double check this. But as of Friday, May 20th, we will be exactly 1/3 of the way through this horrific administration.
Oh, really?
Right? Because that'll be
together
1 year and 4 months, and so
okay, yeah,
another ways to go there. 2 years, 8 months, right?
Jeez. So we still have 3/4 of the presidency left.
2/3.
2/3. Oh, so you said 1/3.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not looking good, y'all.
But if we work together, I think that together we can make it work. Together.
Together, sure.
For the children. Okay.
Boy.
Oh man. Yeah. How proud are you now to be an American with the leadership that we have? The rest of the world, what must they think of us? Jeez. Well, I don't care what they think. Well, that's really true too, but it's still embarrassing to me. I don't know. For some reason, the total and complete implosion of the executive branch of government is a big problem right now. A big problem.
It is amazing how quickly you can go from having a leader, a president of your nation that makes you proud to be an American, in Donald Trump, to a president that you're
ashamed of.
Please, nobody associate me with this country right now, please.
Yeah.
And the problem is that it's 180 degrees different for people on the left. They have just the exact opposite view. Well, I don't know that they look at Joe Biden. It makes them nothing will make them proud to be an American. And they looked at Donald Trump with seething white hatred. And so it just shows how we are completely apart on every last thing. Something that is so obvious to us, so not to the other side.
All right, let me tell you about Rough Greens. If you're a dog owner, you know how important your dog is to your family, and you want the best for your dog. You want your dog to be happy and healthy and active, and the food that they eat has a lot to do with that. So if you feed your dog just that kibble, that dry kibble dog food, all of the nutrients have been burned right out of that because they have to sterilize it so that it lasts on the grocery store shelves for 2 or 3 years. And that process just kills every living thing.
Yeah, if you're just feeding that to your dog, you obviously just hate your pet.
You hate your pet. Yeah.
And that's
right. That's a good point, Keith.
It's tragic.
Yeah. You can unhate, though, by going to roughgreens.com and ordering a free bag of Rough Greens supplemental food for your dog to try out for a few days. Just to make sure your dog is going to love it as much as my dog does, you just sprinkle it on top and see if they go crazy for it. My dog Belle certainly does. And then it puts back the vitamins and minerals and probiotics and antioxidants that your dog needs. Get your free bag of Rough Greens for your dog. All you have to pay is shipping. Just go to roughgreens.com. That's ruffgreens.com or 833-783-3364.
Beware, Pat Gray is unleashed.
Oh boy, this is frightening. There's a 50% chance of catastrophic climate change and hitting the threshold within 5 years.
That sounds bad.
It is bad, Keith.
Really bad.
It is bad. Temperatures in 2022 are likely to be higher than, of course, they're likely. You're making sure they're higher. Let's put this in direct sunlight. Right next to, I don't know, a flaming hot oven where they're baking pizzas. How about that? That's where we'll put the thermostat.
Yeah.
Temperatures in 2022 likely to be higher than the 1991 to 2020 average in almost all regions, except parts of the Southern Ocean, South Atlantic, and the Pacific. A new study by the World Meteorological Organization has revealed that the chance of at least one of the next 5 years exceeding 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels is now about 50-50. It's actually 48%. The 1.5% Celsius target is the goal of the Paris Agreement. So, I mean, that could be half a degree. It could be 160 degrees. I don't know.
And I think that's why you don't want to be in the Paris Agreement, because
you can't tell what's that 1.5 degrees Celsius thing. We don't know.
Moving target.
Calls for countries to take concerted climate action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in order to limit global warming. You know who's number one in all of that? Oh, we are. The United States of America is in lowering all of the emissions. We're the only ones that have really done it.
Yeah. And did you see the headline last week that said the air's so clean now, we're doing such a good job of cleaning the air that it's making hurricanes stronger.
But
I thought that we were warming the air with pollutants and stuff, and that was making more hurricanes. And I think the story actually does say there's more hurricanes now, but what did it say? I don't know, man. But the point was that
less intense.
No, that it's making it stronger.
So they're more frequent and more intense.
Yeah, they're less frequent but more intense. I don't know what they said.
Okay,
it's whatever, man. It's ridiculous.
But that also goes in cycles. You know, the hurricane seasons come and go, and for 12 years we didn't have a major hurricane that hit the U.S. coast. It was right after Hurricane Katrina, and then for the next 12 years we were pretty much in the clear, and then we had a few more, and now they were all see, yeah. Where have you been the last 12 years? This study shows, with a high level of scientific skill, that we're getting measurably closer to temporarily reaching the lower target of the Paris Agreement on climate change. Oh no, the 1.5 degree figure is not some random statistic, but rather an indicator of the point at which climate impacts will become increasingly harmful for people and indeed the entire planet.
Okay.
He also warned the Secretary General of the WMO, warned that as long as countries continue to emit greenhouse gases at the same rate they do now, temperatures will continue to rise.
Okay.
What a stunning comment that is. And alongside that, our oceans will continue to become warmer and more acidic.
Yeah.
Sea ice and glaciers will continue to melt. Sea level will continue to rise. And our weather will become more extreme.
Of course it will.
Arctic warming is disproportionately high, and what happens in the Arctic affects all of us.
Oh, I thought I was going to say what happens in the Arctic stays in the Arctic. Okay, so I found this story. Over the past 4 decades, air pollution has declined in Europe and the United States with the adoption of stronger air quality regulations, okay? And it's had an unexpected side effect. Decreasing pollution has caused an increase in tropical cyclone frequency across the North Atlantic.
Okay, I can't take it.
Yeah, and later on it goes to talk about how it's also made them stronger. But listen to this. At the same time, pollution levels have risen across much of South and East Asia, and that's had an unexpected influence as well. tropical cyclone activity has declined across the western North Pacific. So I guess pollute the air if you don't want hurricanes and cyclones. I just, these people
I give up.
Are insane.
I give up. So insane.
So pollution good.
Right?
That's the takeaway.
Right? Well, unless that pollution is CO2, which is something you breathe out. You exhale CO2. But every time you do that, you're polluting the air.
You know what? You just, a light bulb went off my head, and this is going to sound ridiculous to everyone with half a brain. So this audience will say, this is ridiculous. But then you stop and you think about it. They hate human activity so much. And the CO2, when you just said we breathe out, do they want mass extermination so that there's less CO2 in the air to save their precious planet?
You know they do.
I would not put that past them.
No, you know they do. Yeah, absolutely they do.
What a bizarre
And there are those who have pretty well admitted it. But others then tell them, shh, that's the quiet part. We keep that in on our inside voice.
Yeah, don't say that out loud.
Don't say that in your outside voice. So every once in a while, somebody forgets and just blurts it out. I remember, I think it was a speech by Bill Gates, in fact, was talking about how bad it is that we were going to be overpopulated and we needed vaccines to lower the population. Do you remember that?
Oh, no.
So I don't know. What are you going to put in there? A sterilization thing, too? Or how does that work together?
But he's not. Okay, you say that, but has he been on the forefront of pushing vaccines? I don't know if... I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that a thing with Bill Gates pushing vaccines?
That is a thing. That's a thing.
Help.
He loves himself some vaccine, man. 888-900-3393. More coming up. Welcome. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where Scruffy Nerf Herder tweets, playing any Kamala clip back-to-back on a Monday should be banned. Sarah the Roma, even with staff writers, Kamala's still amazingly stupid. Together. POTUS Poopy Pants.
Yeah, she was reading that too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know if she's ad-libbing as she's reading, but she gets stuck in this little circle of stupid, and she can't get out of it.
The circle of stupid.
The circle of stupid. POTUS Poopy Pants. I'm pretty sure Joe Biden is writing Kamala's speeches. That would explain it. Chimper Scott, together, they will destroy the rest of the nation. Together.
Yeah.
From Uncle Jimmy, the left keeps telling you hurricanes are getting stronger and more frequent down here. Someone should tell Nancy Pelosi because she just bought a $25 million mansion on the beach in Jupiter, Florida.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right in Hurricane Alley. I didn't realize they purchased a home in Florida. First time hearing of it.
Well, I mean, when you get inside stock tips, you're able to take advantage of the situation, and before you know it, you can pay cash for a $25 million home.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I mean, being elected should have its privileges, right?
Thank you.
It does. And it does. First day on the job for our new White House press person,
What's
the
her name?
spokesperson, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes, Jean-Claude Van Damme is her name.
Jean-Luc Picard.
I cannot
don't know,
remember her name to save my life. What is her name? Corinne Jean-Pierre.
Pierre.
There it is. Okay. We got there.
You got it.
I'm going with Jean-Claude Van Damme, though.
Everything's racist to this person, so this should be fun.
Look at this.
Racism, sexism, misogyny, all of that, homophobia, xenophobia, we connected to Donald Trump, but it existed before Donald Trump. Fox News was racist before coronavirus. They are racist during the coronavirus. Fox News will be racist after the coronavirus. Racism was here before Donald Trump, and sadly, it will be here after Donald Trump. It walks like a racist, talks like a racist, acts like a racist. It is a racist. And we have a racist president in the White House who really pushes his racism like a peacock.
Donald Trump is the first
president
Does
to
he?
have
What does he do?
purposefully has made racism the center of his campaign, of his administration. Clearly,
he didn't.
I think Donald Trump wants to get rid of legal immigration, and it's because of people who come from brown and black countries.
He might do away with DACA, which is another moral line that he would be crossing, which is something that would be enforcing, advancing a white supremacy agenda. Donald Trump was a white supremacist in 2011 when he decided to be the grand wizard of the birther movement. Birtherism, which is inherently racist. They want to put up these awful voter registrations, voter suppression laws, which is racism, to make it difficult for people of color to vote. And voter suppression is racism. That's exactly what it is.
Wow.
Xenophobia and racism has always played a role in outbreaks. If you look at SARS, if you look at Ebola, if you look at yellow fever or Spanish flu, we've been talking about the coronavirus and how it is an epidemic in this country, which is true. But another epidemic in this country is racism. Remember George Floyd, Aubrey, and so many lives, black lives that were
all
lost
racism
last year because of violence, because of racism, because of white supremacy. Can we kind of dispel this whole idea that the Tea Party was about the deficit?
No, it's about racism.
Clearly, that is not true.
No,
what it was about was a
racism.
reactionary to the racism in America that we were seeing at the time. And what are we going to do to actually start the process? Because it's going to take some time to uproot systemic racism. We have to continue to call out this racism.
Well,
we cannot
you
stop
certainly
not
done
doing
that.
that.
Seems like.
There you go.
Wow, she is a one-trick pony, isn't she? Everything's racist. Everything.
That's your new press secretary giving you the daily press briefing there.
Wow. She's going to be worse than Jen Psaki. That's my prediction. A lot worse than Jen Psaki. And that was not saying something. Because Jen Psaki was pretty darn bad. So that's, I guess because she's black, she gets to call everything racist.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
You're racist. It's racist. It's racism. You're a racism person thing who's racist and xenophobic. Can I throw that in too?
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did.
What about homophobic? It was as well. And we might as well toss in Islamophobic.
Wait, you skipped over transphobia.
Transphobia. Oh, that might be one of the biggest problems.
Yeah, that's probably the number one problem we face as a country.
Probably the number one. And so, again, one of the reasons this horrific mass shooting in Buffalo over the weekend plays right into their hands. Some racist killed 10 people. Of the 13 people he shot, 11 of them were black and 2 were white. So I don't know how you explain away the white people he shot, because that doesn't really fit. Yeah. But he's got a manifesto that's circulating a bit, and it is not a right-wing manifesto. So while they're going to try to pin this on Donald Trump and MAGA-ism and MAGA this, MAGA that, that's not what he's about. And don't even bring up the subway shooter in New York from, 2 months ago? Don't even bring up the Wisconsin situation on the parade where a bunch of white people were run down. Don't even worry about any of that. But we're going to focus on this guy. Believe you me, he will be much talked about on CNN, MSNBC, and everywhere else. California Congresswoman, Democrat Katie Porter, discussed the need for abortion in America. We know just how important abortion is, and maybe you don't understand how it ties into almost everything, though.
Yep.
You just
I didn't realize how all-encompassing of an issue it was.
Yeah,
until lately.
she's about to share this with you.
Well, I don't think they compare. I think they actually reinforce each other. So the fact that things like inflation can happen and it can become more expensive to feed your kids and to fuel your car is exactly why people need to be able to be in charge of how many mouths they're going to have to feed. So I think the fact that we're seeing this jump in expenses, that we're seeing people having to pay more in the grocery store, pay more at the pump, pay more for housing, is a reason that people are saying, I need to be able to make my own decisions about when and if to start a family. So I don't think we're going to see them. I don't think it's like about comparing them or contrasting them, I think they reinforce for people just how big of a responsibility it is to take care of a family.
I like how the left is trying to discount the reason we actually don't want to see babies aborted. They don't want to give us that, okay, that's just because you respect human life. That's not the reason. The reason is you want to control women's bodies. Why would I give a rat's anus about that? Why would I care one iota about controlling a woman's body if it wasn't for the separate body that's inside of her? I couldn't care less. Do whatever you want with your body. I don't care. But could we have a little bit of concern for the life that's growing inside?
Yeah, and the left always likes to say, well, I guess they used to. Maybe they don't as much anymore, but think about the children. Do this for the children. That doesn't apply to their actual life, though.
Right. That's not the child inside. That's some other child, I guess. I don't know. But now, just like Corinne What's-Her-Face, everything is about racism. Being pro-life now is about white supremacy. Check this out.
So let's talk about this because I think yes and no. This is kind of where I lose their plot line a little bit. So if you have some more insight into this, I think it would be great to hear it. But here's the thing. Yes, I absolutely do believe that this is in large part about white supremacy and wanting more white babies to be born so that white people can preserve their majority. The problem is it's not going to do that because this is disproportionately going to affect brown and black women who are less likely to have the resources to travel to other states or to other countries to get the medical care that they need. And thus, more black and brown women are going to be forced to give birth that don't want to give birth. And that's going to entrap more black and brown people into foster care because black and brown babies are harder to get adopted. There are absolutely white women and white families out there that want to adopt black and brown babies for the virtue signaling and the white savior complex. But most of them are going to wind up in foster care, which I guess then would mean that more white babies for the white families to adopt and more black and brown babies to entrap in poverty so that they can be abused for their labor later in life, I'm guessing.
She needs help.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you
no
do
matter
need
what,
help.
it sucks and it's stupid.
I think you just described yourself.
Wow. Oof. Okay. They can't, because they don't think like we do. They can't get a grip on the fact that we just respect and value human life. And we want more black babies and Hispanic babies to be born. We want that. There will be more black and brown babies if you stop abortion. If you would have listened to us in the first place, there wouldn't have been 14 million less black people on this earth, because that's how many have been aborted since Roe v. Wade. 14 million.
Tragic.
And let me say again, more babies are aborted in New York City than are born alive. That is a situation we can't tolerate. But I guess that's only because we want to control.
Yeah.
And
sounds like a white supremacist rant over there developing.
Yeah, white patriarchy or whatever she's trying to throw in there. Jeez, these people. They're agonizing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Remember the Wisconsin pregnancy center that was firebombed? There's a voicemail at the Wisconsin Family Action that they've received. Just pure evil stuff. Listen to this.
Hi, I'm calling because I read about the fire in your building, and I'm calling because I'm curious if it was arson or rather the good Lord showing you an example of hell and where you belong for being such a misogynistic. Thanks for basically going out there daily.
Yeah, can you imagine that the Lord wants more babies to be killed? Can you? I mean, he's sending them here, right? Where are they coming from? I mean, if you are a Christian, if you're religious at all, don't you believe that God sends these spirits here? And so the first thing he wants you to do is to wipe it out of your life. It doesn't make any sense. noodle this one out a little bit, Puddin', because what you're saying is just asinine. All right, let's hear the rest of this.
And making sure that women can't have control over their own bodies.
Right.
And
That's what we're
I'm
doing.
so thankful that the good Lord finally took action on people like you.
You're going to burn as well. You're all going to burn. You think you're following the will of Jesus? You're following the devil, actually. You're just evil little people try to control other people's lives.
Isaiah 5:20.
Next time that Molotov, I hope it doesn't miss. I hope you all burn with it. That's what you deserve.
Yeah, you must be a pretty perverted group if that's all you got to do all day long is think about people's sex organs. Leave your beliefs out of the government.
Yeah.
You got no rights to be prying into other people's private
You can't even
family
speak.
matters. Get the out and keep your...
You got no right
Need
to
another chili dog.
You can't think
We
different
sick of
than
you
me.
evangelical pieces
Right,
of-
right.
Go to hell.
Yeah.
That's where you're going anyway.
Ah.
Yeah, just learn about you ignorant, simplistic waste of scum because of the fire.
Waste of
And
scum?
whoever said that fire is a true American
Waste of
patriot.
scum?
You people are just utter filth of the planet. And it's too bad your mothers didn't abort each and every last one of you.
Hot take.
Hopefully you all get
Powerful.
cancer, suffer immensely, and are dead before the end of the year.
Enunciate,
For the
bro.
betterment of
You're
all
on
humanity,
recording.
You self-absorbed waste of human scum and filth.
Burn, little Jesus freaks. Burn, burn, burn.
Yeah, hey, I just heard about your fire, and I'm toasting to that. Like, you pieces of couldn't deserve any less. I really hope you all have to live with the evil that you've dispensed in the world. You pieces of enjoy your marshmallows.
Wow. Okay, I've heard
Yeah,
enough. Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Why do you love it so much?
Isn't that
so bizarre?
Gross.
Like they are so invested in abortion, so invested that anybody who has any differing point of view is going to burn in hell, really, for trying to save babies. Huh. That's interesting. Doesn't seem logical to me. And we're the evil ones. Again, everything that's good being made to seem bad, and everything bad made to seem good.
And you just talked about how abortion disproportionately affects black babies.
Yes.
So by
our
extension-
fight here
Right.
will bring about more minorities.
Right. And so can we, by extension, just using the left's logic, obviously everybody on that voicemail is a racist.
Exactly.
Because they don't...
Exactly.
They are trying to eliminate the birth of minority babies.
And the tolerance of these people. Just so tolerant and inclusive, right? It couldn't be any more inclusive and loving. Oh, the love just oozing out of them. Wow.
Bro, it's just grotesque, man.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. All right. In Joe Biden's America, criminals are exalted and the police are condemned. Sad to say, but you need to be prepared and properly trained to defend yourself and your family. And thankfully, there's iTarget Pro. This revolutionary system allows you to dry fire practice with your actual firearm anytime in the safety and privacy of your own home. Include your kids. It's really safe and it's really fun. No more inconvenient trips to the range. And with inflation causing the price of ammo to skyrocket, you're going to save a ton of money if you can even find the ammo to begin with. So you replace an actual bullet with a laser bullet, and that shows you where your shots land on the target. And it also makes it incredibly safe. Just download iTarget's proprietary app, load the laser bullet into your firearm, and start training practice. iTarget will help you develop muscle memory, sharpen target reaction speed, sight alignment, trigger function, and lots more. It comes in all the major calibers, including .223, so you can stay sharp with your AR-15. Go to itargetpro.com right now. Save 10%. Plus, get free shipping when you use the offer code PAT. Makes a great gift for Father's Day. It's less expensive than a few hours at the range. That's the letter I, then targetpro.com. itargetpro.com. Offer code PAT.
We are a democracy.
The democracy.
Democracy. Democracy.
Our democracy.
We're democracy.
I wonder what Pat Gray thinks about that.
We're not a democracy!
Now back to Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
Indeed. I got some tweets here. Flood 2000 tweets. If one looks at every situation through the lens of racism and every white person encountered is, in your opinion, a racist, isn't that a bit prejudiced, bigoted, and, well, racist?
Mm-hmm.
Exponential strength tweets, Kareem's circle back is going to be racism. From Fatty McFatfat, was it racist that Biden picked Jen Psaki over the first woman of color? It's a whole new set of letters.
Really?
JGBTQQRSTUV member.
All right.
Jimmy Dimples tweets, the Dems are more for doing things to the children than for the children.
That's the truth.
Don't sniff them.
Don't sniff them. Wow. Still have some more on this abortion situation. Newsrooms are apparently warning journalists to keep abortion views private.
Oh.
It appears that newsroom managers have warned reporters against voicing their personal views on abortion as the Supreme Court potentially stands on the cusp of overturning Roe v. Wade. According to a recent Vanity Fair report, certain news outlets have taken a markedly different tone than the one they employed during the Black Lives Matter protests over the death of George Floyd. For instance, during the height of the protests of 2020, Axios chief executive Jim Vanderhey told employees in a company-wide memo that they were encouraged to exercise their rights to free speech, press, and protest. In recent days, however, the company has been singing a different tune to its employees. Earlier last week, a memo circulated among the Axios staff urging journalists to keep their opinions secret. It's kind of part of journalism, is it not? Abortion is a human rights issue that has become a highly politicized topic with very specific policies being debated in Washington and in most states. So it seems impossible to march or tweet opinions and not be perceived as picking a political side in public. Vanderhey warned that such activism could undermine our trusted journalism. Oh, yeah, we trust him like crazy, don't we? An Axios spokesperson told Vanity Fair that the policy stands in line with the company's mission statement. We've been consistent and clear since Axios' inception. We want our company focused on reporting and fact-based news, not opinion. We know this is hard for staff when they feel their values or identity are under attack, but this is our shared mission.
Well, it's nice to see them looking over their shoulder for once, huh?
Right? Journalists have taken to Twitter to voice their dissent. And the fact that they're discontented with this policy. Naturally. Obviously they did. But you know what? Tough. So what?
Yeah.
Like Netflix said, you can't handle it, go somewhere else. Netflix just told their employees, look, you need to support free speech or find another job. If you can't handle free speech, get out. The memo came out last week that read, if you find it hard to support our content breadth, Netflix may not be the best place for you.
So
that is great.
Is it really, though? I
think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're saying if you disagree with our content, then that's too bad. Our content is what it is. And
Correct.
We're just going to keep putting it out there.
And and I'm with you in principle. Absolutely. So they're saying that basically we're going to keep making groomer type shows, and that's too bad.
Well, or you could read it that way, I suppose.
I'm not, like I said, the first I'm hearing this story.
And that probably is the way they mean it. But it does sound like they're not going to, they say, in a new section titled Artistic Expression, Netflix states that it will not, quote, not censor specific artists or voices.
Cool.
Even if employees consider the content harmful.
Yeah, I mean, they work for Netflix. So you got to... And as consumers, we have the same right.
Exactly.
So if we don't like their use of free speech, then we can take our dollars elsewhere.
Which I have done.
Yeah.
With Netflix, actually.
Mm-hmm. But that's good. I'm glad that regardless of what side the pushback is coming from with Netflix employees,
Yeah.
I'm just glad.
Supposedly. We'll see if it works both ways, won't we? We'll see.
I'm glad to see a company saying, look, you don't have to work here.
Right. Me too. Stand up for yourself and tell them to. I mean, you cannot let the inmates run the asylum. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray coming up. Beto O'Rourke, who's running for governor in Texas. He's always running for something, and this time it happens to be governor.
Get a job, man.
He has joined the gaggle of fawning fangirls on The View, where he ducked and dodged questions and flat out refused to support any limits on abortion at all, even up to 9 months, and they loved that.
Oh, that'll play in Texas.
Guest host Alyssa Griffin said, "You're a progressive hero. There are so many people around the country who admire you and your leadership. Are there?"
Oh, my goodness. He loved that, didn't he?
Yeah, are you kidding me? Guy's such an egomaniac. Do you believe in any limitations on abortion, whether it's the third trimester or up until the final months, 9 months? She asked. He said, "I think Roe v. Wade, which we should remind ourselves is still the law of the land today, is the reference point that I would look to, and the way I think I can best express this is that I trust women." What? Oh, it's such a cop-out. Such a stupid answer. We should all trust women to make their own decisions that are in their best interest for themselves, for their health, and for their future. He continued, gaining confidence from the wave of applause. That's the way it's been, literally, in my entire life. I'm 49 years old. I'll be 50 this year. But that's the way it should be going forward. So I guess he's saying no limits on abortion.
Yeah.
That is insane.
And like I said, that'll play well here in Texas, where he's running for office.
Won't it though? Yeah, just right up to the very last moment. In fact, if you're a little slow on the draw and the baby gets born, just go ahead and kill it anyway. I mean, what difference does it make? Seriously though, whether it's in the birth canal or just outside of it, is that a big difference? That's no difference at all. You are still slaughtering the baby. Either way. It's the same growth. It's the same everything. It just happens to be in a different place in the room. All right. Jeez. So Roe v. Wade would be the reference point we should look at because it's still the law of the land. Well, look into Roe v. Wade and see what that talks about. Roe v. Wade would be a limitation on abortion now, because many states have gone so far past Roe v. Wade that, I mean, that's almost a pro-life stance.
Yeah. I mean, and Nebraska, they are about to, if this court case goes the way it's suspected of going, and Roe v. Wade gets overturned, Nebraska is going to be the first state to just, we're done with abortion in our state completely.
They're going to do a total ban. They want to pass a total ban on abortion. Nebraska is a pro-life state. I believe life begins at conception, and those are babies too. Governor Ricketts told CNN's Dana Bash on State of the Union when asked if he thought the state should require a young girl who was raped to carry the pregnancy to term. If Roe v. Wade, which is a horrible constitutional decision, gets overturned by the Supreme Court, which we're hopeful of, here in Nebraska, we're going to take further steps to protect those preborn babies, including in the case of rape or incest, Bash asked, to which the governor replied, "They're still babies."
Wow.
They're still babies too. Yes. Wow. That's a bold stance.
And Pete Ricketts
right
is just an awesome governor.
We don't hear about him very much.
No, you don't. And if memory serves, 8 years ago when he ran for governor, I think he defeated Tom Osborne in the primary.
Former Nebraska football coach.
Legendary head coach, Nebraska football, glory years. And so he won that primary and has had 8 years now.
And he's been great?
He's been great. I mean, he's a bold leader. You don't hear about him much. You're right. And by the way, the guy, I think, again, Nebraska, I'm sorry, I don't listen to KFAB driving in here, but the guy who Pete Ricketts endorsed for governor just won the primary over the guy Donald Trump endorsed for governor. So that was the first loss that Trump had during this primary season.
So that made him 55-1.
Yeah. So
he's losing his influence.
Oh, what happened to your MAGA king now?
Okay. Yeah, he's undefeated. No. Out of 56, he's lost a full 1.
Man, the influence of Donald Trump just turned it off like a light, didn't you, Nebraska?
It is plummeting right now. This guy is not popular. He's not. He's
Right.
only 55-1.
Right. I tell you, this MAGA king lost his crown.
He likes it. He loves it. In fact, I think he loves being called the MAGA king.
I would.
He'll take it.
I would.
Every day of the week.
I was just looking at during the break here. I'm not going to find it here, but maybe we'll have it tomorrow. But the Democrats apparently spent 6 months coming up with ultra MAGA as like a cut down against Republicans. Like you sourced that out? Oh, Democrats spent 6 months of research developing ultra MAGA barb. But it may backfire as Trump and Republicans embrace the supposed insult. Yeah, because it's ridiculous. Ultra MAGA.
It is. It is ridiculous.
Think of how universal Let's Go Brandon became.
Mm-hmm.
It was total grassroots. It was just this organic thing that happened on live TV with the reporter, and the Republicans had to spend $0.00 to get that thing to catch on.
Yeah.
And this ultra MAGA thing, they spent 6 months. I'm just trying to find out if they spent money on this or what. But anyway.
Probably. I bet they ran it by focus groups and stuff.
Biden trying to get it to stick by wedging it in there all the time. He's so awkward.
So bad.
Ugh.
So bad. PlayStation's CEO reportedly upset his staff over some abortion rights comments. We can't have that. We can't have staff members being upset.
Goes back to your Netflix thing.
Yeah, exactly. Your Netflix, your Spotify, now it's PlayStation. Tell them to go pound sand. Shut up. Go find another job if you can't handle it. A report by Bloomberg, though, claims PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan sent a company-wide email insisting the staff respect differences of opinion regarding abortion rights. Oh, wait, what?
Bro.
That's it? Respect differences of opinion? That's too much to ask, I guess, to the leftist crowd. Ryan's email reportedly responded to the recent draft decision leak regarding, of course, the Supreme Court potentially overturning Roe v. Wade. Sony is multifaceted and diverse, holding many different points of view, Ryan said. We owe it to each other and to PlayStation's millions of users to respect differences of opinion among everyone in our internal and external communities. Respect does not equal agreement. Thank you. But it is fundamental to who we are as a company and as a valued global brand. After addressing the hot button topic, Ryan allegedly went on to share something lighthearted before writing 5 in-depth paragraphs discussing his 2 cats' birthdays.
Oh, bro, come on, separate these out.
According to Bloomberg, many PlayStation staff felt their feelings on the matter were disrespected or trivialized, with one employee stating they'd never been so mad about a cat birthday before.
I love it.
PlayStation boss Jim Ryan sent an email. So then they did, and people were not thrilled. Brother. Deal with it, kids. Okay? Deal with it. But they can't. They've not been prepared for this. For anybody saying something to them that they don't like. They just can't handle life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They've been so ill-prepared in school.
Mm-hmm.
It's really frustrating. Really, really frustrating.
I mean, these are the participation trophy generation
exactly.
that was, made to wear a helmet to ride around the block. Or wear, a bubble suit to protect themselves,
Yes.
all this stuff. And and they never had any pushback or any kind of challenges in their life and had to overcome anything, and now they're adults.
And now they can't.
They cannot handle any kind of conflict whatsoever or any kind of challenge to their own worldview.
You notice the left never talks about tolerance anymore because they don't tolerate anybody who disagrees with them. Just absolutely no tolerance level whatsoever. And inclusion is, I guess it's still kind of a thing, but they don't mean it in that they're going to include everybody's point of view. That's not how they mean it. They just mean include everybody who has like an alternative lifestyle or alternative points of view, not the mainstream point of view, not what white people might think. So they can exclude anybody who disagrees with them.
Yep.
And include only those who solidify their stance. By the way, the NBA, who is so inclusive.
Oh, yeah, it is.
They're going to stage games in the United Arab Emirates where homosexuality is punishable by death.
Wow.
I can't take
But hold
it
on a
with the
second.
NBA.
Wait, hold on now.
Mm-hmm.
So Major League Baseball
Yeah.
takes away an all-star game.
From Georgia.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
wanted to make sure the people that were voting were who they said they were.
Mm-hmm.
But that was heinous. That was, you can't be doing that.
Right.
We're going to go to a state where they even have a less inclusive view. But anyway, so now we're going to take the NBA.
Now we're going to take the NBA and play in the United Arab Emirates, where they will actually kill you if you're homosexual. That's fine. Remember in 2016 they pulled the All-Star game just like the MLB did. They did this before the MLB. They pulled it out of Charlotte because of the North Carolina bathroom bill.
Right.
Supposedly discriminated against the LGBTQ community.
That's an even better analogy.
But if you want to kill homosexuals, yeah, we can play in your country. That's not a problem.
So killing homosexuals is acceptable to the NBA.
But making them go to the bathroom in their own little place, not acceptable.
And for the record...
wow, jeez.
Yeah, okay, Charlotte was still letting gay men go to the men's bathroom. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean,
right, yes.
Just...
Yeah.
Help.
All LGBTQIA2 plus activity is considered criminal in the UAE. Those found guilty of being lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender face hefty fines and forced mental health treatment at best, and life in prison, chemical castration, flogging, and yes, execution at worst.
Now, if you're reading this story, then the NBA knows about this.
Oh, of course.
They absolutely know
Of course
about
they
this.
do. They just don't care.
They
Money. The money's too good. Yeah, we're not going to pass up that money. Sorry, this is a new money area for us. Starting to get popular there, just like China. That's why we excuse everything China does. We're also going to excuse everything the UAE does. And we're going to play games in Dubai and Abu Dhabi as much as we want.
But Charlotte.
Hypocrites.
Hell no.
But Charlotte, no. When you had men go to the men's bathroom or women go to the women's bathroom, no, that was unacceptable.
Yeah.
We can't tolerate that. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts, isn't it?
What a bizarro world, Pat.
I know.
It's
why I just can't abide the NBA anymore. No, it's not worth it.
Oh, can I throw out a little fun fact, though?
Yeah, go ahead and throw out a fun fact from last night.
You like this.
I do like
It's
this
a good
fun
one.
fact.
Okay, so the Dallas Mavericks played a Game 7 last night. Destroyed
In Phoenix.
Yeah, destroyed the Phoenix Suns, so they eliminated them. The Dallas Stars played. They lost in overtime to the Calgary Flames. The Flames will go on to lose to Edmonton. And anyway, last night was the first time ever that there was a Game 7 that involved two teams from the same city. So the Dallas Stars and the Dallas Mavericks.
Game 7 on the same night.
On the same day.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
On the same day. Same night, yeah.
That's amazing.
That is an incredible stat.
Yeah, that's cool. And Dallas accomplished it.
And last night was that night. Dallas.
How about that?
Mavericks and Stars. Two Game 7s on the same day. Same city.
So the Mavericks go on to the Western Conference Finals. Do we know? Oh, it's going to be Golden State.
Yep.
Yeah. And then...
Don't.
your Oilers.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me who's in the Eastern Conference
your Oilers
Finals.
play.
They're going to play the Calgary Flames.
Calgary. Okay.
Yeah, and
cool.
Anyway, so
there you go.
Yeah.
Interesting
I
night
thought
in
it was
sports.
a fun fact.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, though, the NBA sucks.
Now, I have to also ask.
Oh, no. What's happening? Okay. By the way, Celtics and Heat are your Eastern Conference Finals teams for the NBA.
All right.
It still sucks.
How are the Miami Heat
sorry.
doing?
If I did not congratulate the city of Miami
Right.
for
having
the world champion Miami Heats.
The Miami Heats. Are the Miami Are the Miami Heats still in it? They're not, are they?
This guy. Yeah, they're in it.
Oh, they are still in it.
I just said, yeah.
Good, okay. So who is it?
Celtics.
Celtics and the Heats?
Yeah, the Heats and the Celtics are in round 2. In the Eastern Finals.
Good.
While Golden State and the Mavericks.
Just showing again Barack Obama's prowess in the world of sports. Man, he knew his sports, didn't he?
Boy, he did.
So pathetic.
The Miami Heats.
The Miami Heats.
Ugh.
I'm so happy to invite him here for the champion Miami Heats.
Yeah, there is the athlete. There's the athlete right there.
There he is. Oh, show the pitch one more time.
Okay. And then, of course, do me a favor, Mr. President. Could you name one White Sox player that you liked back when you were a huge fan? Just tell one player, just one guy. Just give me anybody that played for the White Sox when you were following them just every single day.
Right? No, I can't find it.
Can't find the clip?
I can't.
And then in that clip, though, that you will find, I have faith in you, Pat.
Do you?
Is that what does he call it?
Who's one of your favorite White
Wrigley's.
Sox
What do you call it? Wrigley, Kaminsky.
Yeah.
What did he screwed up a stadium?
We'll get to that.
I thought that.
The
truth is that a lot of the Cubs I like too.
I mean, that's amazing. He couldn't name a single player from his so-called favorite team. I thought I liked a lot of the Cubs too.
Yeah. Well, then tell us one of those, bro.
Tell us some of those names.
I don't care. Just pick a name. I want to hear a name. Can you name a baseball? It doesn't have to be the Cubs or the White Sox. I want you to name one Major League Baseball player that has ever lived, bro.
And by the way, what's the name of the stadium?
But I do think that there's a different quality to what used to be Kaminsky Field.
Kaminsky Field. No, it was Comiskey. But nice try.
Park. And it was Park.
And it was Park.
Oh,
yeah, it wasn't a field. It was a park.
This guy.
Terrible. He was not athletic. You could tell that by the way he throws and shoots. And he was not knowledgeable because he had no idea about any of this stuff. None of it.
How's the Penn State?
The Nittany Lions?
How are the football team at Penn State doing? They doing all right these days? What do you got?
I don't know. Let me see here.
Okay, yeah, because he again showing that prowess. Because man, he was all about America, sports.
Penn State right here, Nittany Lions.
The Nittany Lions. He didn't get any of it right. Amazing. All right. Speaking of not getting things right, Nancy Pelosi talking about gas prices and how they continue to climb. Mm-hmm. And here's who she blames.
Okay. And price gouging needs to be stopped.
Price
gouging.
This is
a major exploitation of the consumer because this is a product the consumer must have. Again, the Putin tax hike at the pump is a part of
she almost
this.
said tax cut hike.
Wait,
it's a tax cut hike.
Wow, so we should thank Vladimir Putin for a tax cut?
And a hike. And then the hike, though.
Oh, does it kind of work itself out to zero
He
then?
got us the tax cut, but then came the hike, I guess.
Wow.
Roll that again, because I want to hear about the tax cut hike.
They don't know who to
price
blame.
Gouging needs to be stopped.
Yeah.
This is a major exploitation of the consumer because this is a product the consumer must have. Again, the Putin tax hike at the pump is a part of this.
Hike at the pump.
So they want to say the Putin price hike.
Yeah.
But they're like, wait, but now's our chance to blame oil companies too.
Yes.
And again, never mind last week, the Biden administration actively stopping drilling in Alaska and the Gulf of Mexico that could help.
But it's the Putin tax cut hike. So that's who you need to blame. Don't vote for him then next time. I say don't vote for Putin in the next election. That's what I say.
Average price of gas when we left here on Friday was $4.40 a gallon, regular unleaded nationwide. Now it's $4.48.
That's only 8 cents.
It's just gone
2
up
days.
a little bit. I mean, what do you want?
Whatever. Wow.
Oh, help.
And it's probably not going to stop until the fall. After Labor Day, maybe we'll get a tax cut hike break. A tax cut hike decrease.
We should do a macabre,
after Labor Day.
A macabre like office pool where what do you think the highest national average for regular unleaded is going to end up being? What do you think? I mean,
a lot.
I don't think this administration, I think, has already written off. We're not going to get reelected. Well, unless you watch 2,000 Mules. But how much damage can we do in the remaining 2.5 years?
Mm-hmm.
What can we pull off? So how high do you think it'll get?
Probably over $5 a gallon. What is it now? $4.12?
$4.48.
Oh, $4.48. That's the nationwide average?
Yes.
For regular?
Yes.
Ooh. Wow. Well then, because I think it'll slow down maybe a little bit. So I'll stick to $5 a gallon.
So you're going with 500.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to take the over, Bob.
All right.
I'm not going to commit to a price, but I'm going to say over $5 a gallon. Because at this pace, we're going to be there in a week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How do you look at your kids with a straight face anymore?
Mm.
Sorry. Welcome to America that you're inheriting.
Mm-hmm.
Love you. Mean it.
Good luck with it.
Yeah.
Jake Tapper had a question for Anthony Fauci.
Yes, I told you. You were right, man. Tapper's been on a tear again.
Yeah. He's starting to act like the Jake Tapper we used to like. So he was talking to Fauci, and based on a White House claim late last week, he asked him this.
Amazingly, this White House tweet is still up. They tweeted it yesterday. It says, quote, when President Biden took office, millions were unemployed and there was no vaccine available. And it goes on from there. But as you know, that's not true. There was vaccine available. It might not have been widely available, but it was available. CNN fact checker Daniel Dale points out more than 3 million Americans had been fully vaccinated. More than 18 million had at least one shot by inauguration day. I think President Biden, then President-elect Biden, had 2 shots by then. You're the president's chief medical advisor. Why is the White House politicizing the pandemic by tweeting
and
out
lying
that there was no vaccine available until Joe Biden became president? It's not true.
That's great.
You know, Jake, I'm sorry. I can't explain every tweet that comes out. So you're talking to the wrong person. I wasn't involved in the tweet. I just can't explain it.
Okay.
Sorry.
But I know you can't explain it, but certainly you would agree that it's important to have facts when it comes to assertions being made about the vaccine, whether it's from the Trump White House or the Biden White House. And certainly you would agree
Thank you,
that
Jake.
There was vaccine available before Joe Biden became president.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
I mean, he got
of course, I have to agree to
and
that.
Others got vaccinated. So, I mean, I think from a pure accuracy, that's not a correct statement.
I was part of that, by the way,
it just
Jake.
went out. I'm sorry. There's nothing I could do about that, Jake.
Yeah, boy. Jeez. Just flat out lies from this administration every single day of the week. Every day. We'll be back, though, again tomorrow to correct them. See you then.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.